my god! Oh my god! How did I get up here? That was a terrible night of sleep. I'm trying to get to the pier. I don't want to be in here. I just ended up in here. What the hell? Are you kidding me? Look at the size of this thing! Morning, my friends. It is Friday morning. Our last night we'll be spending here. I slept really well, actually. The winds were really calm, and right now there's actually absolutely no wind out there. So it's gonna be a good day if it stays like this. I don't know what the plan is today. We have the stew still. We can have that for breakfast. Actually, I would have that for lunch instead, because I usually don't like to eat in the mornings anyway. And we might just go exploring if the legs could take. I am pretty cramped. Not cramped, but more like sore from putting in 10 miles a day. That's a lot of distance. As a matter of fact, on Wednesday, I put in about 11 miles and 24,000 steps. That's a lot for one day, and hauling around all the weight. Yeah, let's get up and let's go do some fishing, actually. We still have those trout, the little trout in the backpack. And I would like to get something substantial size. I would like to get something big. So, and we still have the mussels. I forgot about the mussels. We got the mussels. That's good. So let's head out to the ocean. The first course of action is to have coffee. That's for sure. So let's make our coffee, and then we'll go on a nice walk. We're gonna put the stew on slow simmer. Bring that up to boil. Because I want to drink a nice cup of it. Get all those nice fats on top. All the vitamins, minerals, nutrition, whatever is in there. Before we head out to our adventure. And that should sustain us pretty much all day until nighttime. We'll come back and start picking the little bits of protein that's in there. And yeah, that would be satisfactory. as far as my body is telling me. I never thought I could go pretty much 4 days on one meal. That never occurred to me because on the day-to-day basis, you're always either hungry, thirsty, craving for sugar, restless, you know. So this was a great experience to figure out, to dial it down and figure out the essentials, you know, what you need and what's necessary. So bring that up to boil. It's extremely hot out there, guys. Very little wind, which is okay with me because wind could be deceiving. On a day like this, you think it's windy and it's cool, so you start stripping down and you're gonna get burnt up. So right now I'm just being cautious. There's very little overcast. It's a beautiful day. This is the nicest day out here so far. I don't know what tomorrow is gonna look like, but this doesn't get any better. But I have to be careful because I don't want to get really burnt. I've been covering my entire body up with UV protection gear, hoodie, cap, but the only exposed parts, my hands, have been kind of sunburned. Got the solar charger for the backup power bank. That's doing a good job sustaining it too. Otherwise I would be out. I mean, it's been 3 days I've been charging just off of that alone, and it's been good. I keep the bigger guy in the tent to charge my phone and my watch and GoPro at night, and the smaller guy is the one I carry with me to sustain the GoPro battery and the microphones and stuff. So all in all, it's been a good learning experience. And another thing I kind of realized is I really didn't need 2 gas capsules. One of them is doing a perfect job for what I'm doing here for one person. So that's a good learning experience there. And also another thing I kind of learned on the way is don't just pour water into your kettle willy-nilly. You just, if you want to make some coffee, go about wanting how much coffee you want in your cup. Pour the water in your cup first, and then pour that amount in the kettle. That way you know exactly how much you're getting at the end. It's not gonna be less, short, or too much. Yeah, guys, that's it. That's all for now. That was in my head. I wanted to get that out. And yeah, the goal for today is use those muscles and go out on the pier. Or actually, you know what? Forget the pier. We'll go down the ladder, go all the way to the right, even past where we were yesterday. Go past that and start targeting the kelp. I'm gonna get it right in the kelp. I'm gonna switch the setup to a fish finder rig and basically a Carolina style rig. Get it in the kelp, straight braid again, and I want to get some bass or sheep's head. Yep, we're going after some bigger species today. Either kelp bass, sheep's head, rockfish, ocean whitefish, halibut, you never know. But no perch. Okay, my friends. I'll see you guys when the stew is ready. I want to get some seaweed in there too. Man, look at the fats in there. That's crazy. Let's get some seaweed. Oh, look at that. Baby perch. Baby perch, you shall come in too. We don't discriminate against baby perches. There's another one. This stew, or the water, is going to be so nutritious, guys. And we're going to refill the water and let it simmer some more. Yes. Yes. My friends, we are packed up. I couldn't wait until the afternoon. I just hung out over there in the shade a little bit, caught my wind, and yeah, we're gonna go explore. We got a bottle full of water. I don't know which side it's on. I can't see. We got that filled up, and we got our gear in the back, fishing gear in the back. We have everything we need. We got the charger. We're just gonna take one big rod, and because this guy has been doing some damage, and I have faith in it. Plus, it's got the braid. And we're gonna go try to get a nice fish again. We're only gonna keep something big, nice and substantial, nothing small. Just wet my hat, soaked it in water. There's a spigot right there. That feels so good, man. It's cooling down my head, and it's kind of dripping on my shoulders and stuff too. That is so good. Super good idea, actually. I didn't think of that earlier. I'm stupid. But yeah, we're leaving the campsite. Right up ahead right here, where the barbed wire fence starts, is where I've been talking. I'm getting connection here, 5G connection, and it's a good source of communication with the outside world if you want reception. Right here around the bend is where you could get 5G connection. I've been calling it 5G rock. Right here, guys, by this post. This is where I've been standing and talking to my friends on the mainland. This is it. And then it goes downhill from here onto the beach. See a hiker down there. The water looks amazing. A bunch of fishing boats out there too. Alright guys, we made it to the infrastructure area right by the pier. This is where everything comes in. Everything is stored here. And this is where the National Park Service people stay. As a matter of fact, this is their building for the NPS. I found some little bathroom area here. I'm gonna use the restroom area, but there's a building there. I don't know what it is. There's some ranch. There's a ranch or whatever that is. I don't know what these buildings and structures are, but we're gonna go exploring and we'll find out what these buildings are. That should be interesting. That looks beautiful right there with all the trees and everything. We're gonna go see what that is. And let's see what's over here. That's just a wash. Or no, that's a road. Yeah, that is Soldat Road. It's called Soldat Road. And it goes way into the mountains over there. The ranch is somewhere around here as well. Yeah, the ranch is over there. So we have to head that way anyway. So we're gonna go stop by, check out that building over there, and we'll pass by the ranch and we'll check out that far infrastructure over there. And as far as buildings and things like that, that's all I'm seeing for now. You guys see anything over there? No? Okay. Human waste bag only. What do you mean? What kind of a bathroom system is this? No. They have running water. What's that all about? Alright, you guys. Let me do my thing. And we'll head out that way. We are approaching that building. I still can't make out what it is, besides an old ranch house. I don't think there's any private land or residential land on this island. There's a sign right there. What does that say? Let's see. Keep gate closed. Okay. The other side is open though. What is this place? Kinda spooky, I'm not gonna lie. Just put our rod over here. Put the backpack down too. That's the ranch over there. I showed you guys that yesterday. I guess you just pull out. How does this work? Those are the hinges. How does this work? Okay. Let's go to the other side. Keep gate closed. No need to put any effort into that. Isn't even open. Okay, this side's open. That's probably an outhouse. This is just a empty room. This is obviously old structure here. A little sink, basement access. Yeah, this is the empty building. Nothing in here. I like this triangular room. Yep, nothing in here. Just an empty building, modern air conditioning. Is there something else over here? Front entrance. Oh, cool. Little picnic area here under the spruce trees. Probably stones for the fireplace. Outhouse over there. It's got electrical and gas hookups. Yeah, that's probably a water heater. Yeah, those are water heaters. And I'm assuming they have electricity. They got a panel here. And that's the gas. No, that's water. It's got a second floor to it. 2-story. I don't know what that is. What is that? It looks like old pottery or something. I don't know, some weird stuff. Some weird stuff. Approaching the ranch now. This is where they herded the sheep. They had the elk. And I was talking to a ranger yesterday, and she was saying how they had sheep and elk as late as 2011. So this is all recent. And she was telling me how devastated the landscape was because of the elk and the sheep. So they would just graze through the mountains and just eat everything in sight. I believe these are water tanks. This is the way they used to heat up the water. The furnace is in the front. And yeah, you see the connections over there? That's where you used to connect the water. They would heat it up from the front over here. This is all just assumptions. I'm just putting 2 and 2 together and telling you guys what I'm looking at. It's the old barn. Is that an outhouse? Probably an outhouse over there. I believe a stream runs along the side over here. And that's probably where they channeled the water. That could be an outhouse, or it could be just a pump. And that's a newer building. It's got a panel on it. How cool is this? Yeah, we saw this yesterday. Bunch of heavy machinery equipment, old drawers full of tools, chains, belts for tractors. Yeah, that's crazy. Let's go down around, see what's happening in here. Got some fresh ATV tracks, so I'm pretty sure this is traveled very often by the rangers and parks people. It's a research center. Yeah, this is a research station, guys. This is where these people, volunteers and the rangers and all these people come to meet about conservation and future plans. There's a map of Santa Rosa Island over there. They got a cool little patio set up. Nobody in there right now. That's a Starlink up there. So they have Wi-Fi. They just won't share it with us. Let's see if it's open. As a matter of fact. Probably not, I doubt it. Nope. It's not even on. Let's see what the rangers do on their pastime. Oh, okay, that's probably housing. Yeah, they got bunk beds. Yeah, that's housing for them. For the people, for the research people, volunteers, and park services people. They got a little bench. They got those beautiful flowers over there. Yeah, nice. There's another building up here. Let's go see what that is. Multiple structures, actually. The trash is not bear proof because there's no bears up here. This was, what is this? Schoolhouse Ranch exhibit. What kind of exhibit is this? Let's see. I'm sure the door's locked. I don't know. Not much of an exhibit. Probably. Yeah, it's locked. There's another structure over there. And then the pier access is right here. What is that? Let's go mosey our way around. I'm putting in the miles, guys. I got a lot of miles under these shoes. Oh, another thing I realize is you don't really need boots out here. Everything is pretty much flat, unless you're gonna go up in the hills and stuff. But those are pretty flat too. I think a regular low-cut shoe, hiking shoe, should be suitable. Is this an old building? Looks pretty worn down, but they have stainless steel sink, and they got some tables and chairs. It looks like an old restaurant. Yeah. There's a sign. This building, I can't read it from here. Let's see. That's pretty far. This building is under the protection of the United States government. Declaration, whatever, injury or whatever. I can't read it, man. It's too far. I don't want to get in there, but yeah, this is just one of those old buildings. They just left it here. There's still like stuff in there. You can see the old furniture. There's an elk antler right there. I love stuff like this. Alright, my friends, we are abandoning the pier. I have officially concluded that the pier sucks. So we're gonna head out. We made a huge mistake, fatal mistake. We forgot our jacket, and it's pretty chilly out here. The wind is picking up a little bit. So once again, we're gonna head back, have some coffee, rest, and come do an afternoon session of fishing again. I don't mind putting in the miles, guys. It's something to look back on and say, hey, you know, I did this many miles on that island, and I was successful at surviving there. So let's head back. We'll come back again and go down that miserable ladder. Head out to the rocks over there and kick ass. That's right. And also another lesson learned, just a mental note kind of a thing. The braid with the small hooks and that circle egg sinker, the barrel egg sinker, they just go right through the kelp. I got snagged like twice, 3 times, and it just tore through like it was nothing. So when we come back, I'm gonna change the setup, put a single hook, go a little bit bigger, go to a circle hook so I could put a nice chunky size bait on there, and we'll get it right dead smack in the middle of the kelp forest. That way we'll see who's there and who wants a piece of us. All right, let's head back to camp. Another 1.5 and take a little break, have some coffee, communicate with the outside world on 5G rock, and we'll return to our fishing spot and get a couple fish and eat one and give one away to whoever wants it at camp. I spoke to the people staying at number 5, and they volunteered to take one extra if I catch one, and I would love to offer them a fish if I could get an extra one. All right. And I also spoke to my next door camp people. I spoke to a lady, very nice lady named Kim, and she told me this was her 4th time on the island, and she brought a new group of people that have never been, and she was showing them around and telling them what the dealio is. Okay. There's so many little pastures and little closures. That's where they used to feed. That's the water supply for feeding the sheep and the whatever they had here. I'll see you guys back at camp. Back to camp. I'm listening to some podcasts, charging my phone up. I'm gonna make some coffee, hang out a little bit, relax, gather my thoughts, set up the rod, take the proper stuff with me, and do some afternoon fishing. But for now, we're just gonna hang out, chill, and enjoy the outdoors. Beautiful outdoors. I'll see you guys in a couple. It is now 6:06, and we took a quick 30-minute nap, and before that I rejuvenated the setup. We still got the 2-ounce on the bottom, however we only have a single hook, double dropper loop, actually I'm sorry, single dropper loop, keeping it as double strand, and we got a much bigger hook this time. One hook because less snag with one hook. And yeah, everything is good here. We got some water, and we're gonna head out and do some fishing. Let's go. Might have discovered something. If you look in the map, hold on, let me turn this light up. Okay. If you look in the map, that blue dot is us. You see how the shadow moves when the direction we point. So it shows that nearby there's a Water Canyon Beach, and it shows there's an access to it. I can't hold it and do it. Right here there's a line, guys. I don't know if you, like an inch forward from the dot, there's a line that goes directly to the beach. I don't know what that is, but it should be like literally very close by. So instead of walking all the way to the pier over there, we might have beach access here. And according to that line, right in front of the line, there is a kelp bed right off of the beach. So yeah, let's go see what that's all about. I don't mind walking another half a mile the other way to find a new beach for the future, because I really haven't done any exploring outside of the pier area. Let's do that. That wasn't too far. That's the campground right there. Up there is 5G Rock, where the barbed wire starts. Come straight down. Beach access. You've got to be kidding me.
I've been putting in extra 6 miles a day. For what? We got a beach right here. It even has a little bench right there. You can chill afterwards, or maybe just hang out, cook something, have a little picnic with a beautiful beach view. This has got to be it. I saw that straight path. Good thing I looked in the maps. There you go. Holy smoke, man. You've got to be kidding me. You're telling me we didn't have to climb that sketchy ladder this entire time? One-handed? All sandy and wet and sharp because it has foot grips that are made out of metal. Wow. That's why they say get out and discover. I could have saved at least 1,000 calories a day if I knew this was here. And it looks very clean. Look at the sand. Is that a sand dune? Yeah, it's a sand dune, guys. It looks super clean. Guys, this is amazing. Look at this. Right next to camp. How did I discover this on the last day? Look at the sand. It looks like one of those pristine, untouched tropical beaches somewhere. You could just lay down on that sand, guys. What is that? There's a little box of something here. What the heck is that? Scared to open it. No way. It's an old tackle box. Wow. Check that out. Sinkers. 2 ounce. Well, I know where to get emergency sinkers. And you got some spoons, bass hooks. How old are these things? Can't be that old. Look at the size of this. That's good for trolling right there. You troll that. Well, just let that sit there for now. Look at the sand on this thing, man. Oh my goodness. Have you seen sand like this? Look at this place. What am I doing? Okay, let's leave the stuff on the table here because it's super accessible. Put that right there for now. Okay, that's an old mussel. That one is drying up. I brought my knife So we could start popping these open. Let's get a big one. Pop it open just like that. Take the knife. We got a big hook, so we're gonna use an entire one side, like that. It's a circle hook too, so I don't really have to set the hook. I just have to keep tension when I get a hit. Because if you get a hit with a circle hook, it's on. It goes and gets stuck in the corner of the lip. It's always a perfect hook set with a circle hook. It's a little bit harder to get a hook set because the tip of that hook is curved. But if it's in the fish's mouth, there's no spitting that out. That's a pretty big hook, guys, so I'm gonna have to put a little bit more. Okay, I don't want to get my rod all juicy, the rod handle, so I'm gonna wipe it down real quick. There we go. Let that sit there. I'm gonna toss these old ones in the water to chum up the water. That doesn't hurt. Well, this one still has a little bit I could use. Yeah, I could use that. But the rest of this could go in the water. Let's go. Tell me that's not the most perfect beach. Oh my God, guys. Oh my God. Guys. Oh my God. Oh my God, it came off. Oh my God, it came off. That was a huge fish. It's hitting again. Guys, it's on. Oh my God, it's on. Oh my God, it's on. Guys, this is a different class of fish.
I know it's not coming off because of the circle hook and we're using straight braid. As long as we don't have a catastrophic failure. What the hell is this? It feels like I hooked a dog. What the hell is this? It's huge. It's going like this with its tail. I could feel every beat. It's not fighting like a stingray. It might be a guitar fish. I don't know what fights like this. Probably a shark. Yeah, probably a shark. What fights like this? What goes like this? I don't like the way that feels. It feels like there's like rocks. Oh, I'm getting tired. Whatever it is right there. Slowly beaching himself. I think it might be a stingray. Like a giant one. Yeah, I think so. Yup, it's a bat ray, guys.
annoying ass bat rays. Look at the size of that thing. I wanted to emphasize on something. Now, if I was really surviving out here, right? Which I sort of am. But I'm leaving tomorrow. If I was gonna be here for another week, let's say, I would definitely have kept that stingray. I would have kept that stingray. That would have provided ton of meat. Just a ton of meat. That thing was probably a good 25 to probably 30 pound stingray, maybe even 40 pounds. Probably like a 40-pound stingray. But there was no need to kill that thing. I'm getting picked up tomorrow. I'm gonna go and have a double cheeseburger. Actually, you know what? Depends on where I go. But yeah, a double cheeseburger, a fat double cheeseburger. Oh, with some fries. No sodas. Sodas are not my thing. But a fat double cheeseburger, guys. With some fries. Maybe even onion rings on the side. Gosh. My mouth is watering just thinking about that. I'll probably be dreaming of it. But yeah, in a true survival situation, that stingray would be coming home and feeding the village. And if I were to fish by the pier where I fished yesterday on those rocks, I would have been probably able to catch another big surf perch or whatever there was there, because I had that place dialed in. I knew where to cast. I had the bait. But this place, I really don't. And another thing is, in an open beach situation like that, I would rather have my chest mount for the GoPro and just be on the go, you know, run and gun style. Be on the go. If it doesn't bite in that location, move down 10 yards. Doesn't get anything there, move down 10 yards. Because you really can't see the geography or topography of the water, of the structures from the shore. So you might be casting it in a dead space, basically, where no fish wants to be. And 10 yards over, you got this palace of a place where it's holding like 20 species. But yeah, it's a learning curve. It's an experience. Definitely, you get to know a lot about yourself, how much tolerance you have, and what you're capable of, and all that stuff. So there's nothing negative. Nothing. Zero. Everything is positive about this experience. And I'm not going to regret it at all. Nothing. I wouldn't want to change anything either. Otherwise, how would you learn? How would you learn to do something better if you haven't done it yet? So, takeaway is I'm coming back with vengeance. Look at that. Those guys have the whole thing lit up. It looks so cool. All right, my friends, I'm almost back to camp. I'm gonna respect everybody, and not speak too loud. I'll see you guys back at the tent. Here we go, guys. One final time. All right. That looks good. Put all of that seaweed in there. So fatty. Cup full of it. Okay. Look at the oils on that, guys. Look at it. Wow. All right, my friends. Let's go ahead and enjoy it. Finish it. Have a tea. I brought some tea actually. Let me show you real quick. Some organic lemon ginger tea from Trader Joe's. We'll have this guy next, and we'll hit the sheets.